Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest. As I continue on my mission to cover every single company that releases an operational cash flow positive June quarter, I will talk about some companies that have undergone quite significant changes over the past 3 or 4 years. And that's definitely true for this company I'll be focusing on in this video, Orcoda. In fact, I've been following this company for about 8 years. And during that 8-year period, this company has completely changed. Well, not completely changed. They have changed their business model and the name of the company. So let's get into a few facts around this company and just delve briefly into the changes this company has made in 2018 particularly. Orcoda is a transport logistics and transport services provider. When I started following this company about 8 or 9 years ago, they were known as Smart Trans with a ticker code of SMA, and they had two divisions back then, the logistics business and an e-commerce, which was focused in China division as well, which included a company called RuLife. Now, when I started following this company, one of the reasons I did was because the quarter-on-quarter increase in cash receipts was going up. So I thought there was some potential in that company. And the share price was taking off as well. But then the business started souring. The share price started going down. The cash receipts started going down as well. And I stopped following that company for quite a few years. And in fact, I totally missed what happened in 2018 around Smart Trans. Management decided they needed to do the strategic review about their business because it wasn't really succeeding. And that strategic review decided they needed to divest of their e-commerce division and focus on the logistics division. So that's exactly what they did. They sold their e-commerce division, which included RuLife, to a company called OpenDNA, which was listed on the ASX in late 2018. And that company, OpenDNA, changed their name to RuLife with the ticker code RLG around 2019 or so. And funnily enough, I just did a video on RuLife just the other day because that company is now operational cash flow positive, just like Orcoda is right now. So it seems like the divestment of their e-commerce division did pay dividends in the long run for not only Orcoda, but also the company that bought that e-commerce division. The company also did a 75-to-1 share consolidation in 2018 because there was a massive amount of shares and they had to decrease the amount of shares, and the share price was around about 0.2 cents or something ridiculously low like that. Orcoda's ticker code ODA, market cap not too high, 24 million. The revenue in the trailing 12 months, 1.8 million, but based off the most recent two Appendix 4Cs, that revenue number should explode when they release their full-year results. And operational cash flow negative in the trailing 12 months, 1.6 million, and that's turned around as well based off the last two quarterly cash flow reports. So if you do want some further information on this company, have a look at their Appendix 4C that they released on the 22nd of July. Have a look at any presentation the company's released, or just simply go to the website. It's a fountain of information, any websites of companies on the ASX. So I highly recommend doing that if you want further information on what this company is doing. Before we look at Orcoda's June quarter results, I just want to go back in time and just look at their March quarter Appendix 4C, just to see how this company has been progressing over the past 3 to 6 months. In the March quarter, receipts and customers were $2.8 million. And when I see that number and compare it to the revenue over the trailing 12 months, which was only 1.8 million, I automatically realize that when this company releases their full-year results in August, that revenue number is going to jump up quite considerably. And more importantly, Orcoda was operational cash flow positive for the March quarter by $16,000. It might seem like a small number, but it's a positive number. And they grew their cash on hand from $708,000 to $2.3 million because they raised some capital or they borrowed some money from a bank. As we transition to the June quarter results for Orcoda, things seem to be progressing very well for this company. They've grown receipts from 2.8 million to 3.3 million, and they've remained operational cash flow positive. In fact, they've grown their cash flow in operations from $16,000 to $264,000. And because this company is not burning any money in investing or financing activities, they've grown their cash on hand in the overall company from 2.3 million to 2.5 million. So is this progression in the company translating to how the market is viewing the company? We'll have a look at the charts, the weekly chart and the daily chart, to see if there's any movement in the share price. But before we go there, just want to have a look at the cash receipts history for the company, which also includes when the company was known as Smart Trans. So let us have a look at that in the next slide. With the cash receipts history for Orcoda, this goes all the way back to the March quarter 2015 and includes a period of time when the Smart Trans business, which includes the logistics and the e-commerce business, was doing fairly well. This is when I started following this company. I thought it was about 8 years ago, but it was only like 5 or 6 years ago. And in fact, the cash receipts actually ballooned from $660,000 in the December quarter 2015 to a peak of $4.2 million in the September quarter 2016. At that same point in time, the share price was also taking off. But then something happened with the business. Cash receipts started falling and the share price fell with it. In fact, the cash receipts went from 4.2 million all the way down to $200,000 in the March quarter of 2018. And that's the reason the company decided to do a strategic review. They went through the strategic review, started focusing on the logistics business. Nothing really happened with receipts for about 2 years from then, but the receipts have really taken off in the last 4 or 5 quarters. In fact, receipts have grown at a quarterly growth rate of 69% in the last 5 quarters. That's a significant growth rate. And if they can continue that sort of growth rate in the next few quarters, this company is looking very attractive at a valuation or a market cap of only $20 million. With the weekly chart for Orcoda, I needed to use the ComSec chart platform because for some reason TradingView doesn't understand just because a company might change their name from Smart Trans to Orcoda doesn't mean they're a completely different business. So in trading platform, Orcoda's chart only goes back to when they changed their name. I like to see the whole picture, and that's what I provided here. This is the weekly chart for Smart Trans and Orcoda going back to 2013, or when I first became a little bit interested in Smart Trans. And the reason I became interested in Smart Trans back in late 2013, we saw the increase in share price on massive volume. Then I lost interest in the company for about 2 years until 2015, when, if you remember, cash receipts started to take off, and coinciding with the takeoff in receipts, we saw the share price take off. It says here it went from $1 to $5, but this is taking into account the 75 to 1 share consolidation in 2018. To get a true indication of what the share price was back then, you just have to divide $5 by 75, and that was or would give you what the share price was back then. And you can understand why the company wanted to do a strategic review in 2018 just by looking at the chart. The share price fell from that $5 all the way down to like 20 cents or so because the company was under stress, the business was losing money, receipts were going down, share price was going down. The company had to decide what to do with their business. They made a decision, and it seems at this point in time it could be the right decision based off how the company has been performing over the past 6 months. Now, although Orcoda's business has been improving over the past few quarters, they are operational cash flow positive. Receipts have been growing at 69% per quarter over the last 5 quarters. Does that translate to increasing interest in the market? And unfortunately, right now, the answer is no. This is the daily chart going back to when they changed the name from Smart Trans to Orcoda, and there's no uptrend here in the share price, no increase in volume, absolutely no interest in the market right now. So what I'll be waiting for with Orcoda is if they can continue to improve their business, remain operational cash flow positive, increase their cash receipts over the next few quarters, I'd be waiting for some sort of sign that the market is becoming interested in this company. And the sign I would be looking for is an increase, and a substantial increase in volume. Up until then, I think you'll just continue to see the wave-like pattern in the share price, moving up and down like waves. So until I see some interest in the market, I'll keep this in my watch list and just wait for that sign. There's a plethora of videos I need to do on companies that have achieved a positive operational cash flow quarter for June. And the next 4 companies I'll be doing a video on include Emerge Gaming, Swift Media, Invion, and Big Tin Can. So look out for those videos in the next few days. Also have to give an update on the group portfolio's performance, a 1-month update. I can't believe it's been 1 month since I set up that group portfolio. So look out for that video during the weekend. And that's all I have for this Appendix 4C June quarter video for Orcoda. If you know anything more about this company and you'd like to leave your insights about your thoughts and what you know, make sure you leave something in the comment section of this video, because I'd love to hear what you are thinking about this company. Otherwise, I'm not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.